world-renowned jazz musician. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
I really appreciate this, and thank you for this album. Hey guys, guess what? New album,
Yes.
Road to Forever.
That's right. It's on Whaling City Sound Records. And,
So cool.
yeah, it's doing really well. Neil Weiss, thank you, Neil.
Yeah, so you said this is actually doing well. It's been out for about 3 weeks. So tell us a little bit, before we get into all the other stuff, since I have this in my hand right now, why don't you tell us a little bit about the new album?
Well, it's all original new music I wrote about maybe 8 months ago, and it varies with different themes on each song. Something it relates to my life, here and there, and so the songs reflect, my personal feelings about life, and seasons and. Road to Forever. That's the way I feel about life. It's a road to forever. And the music, the music I play is always a road to forever because it's always evolving. It doesn't stop, which really keeps me going. I mean, I'm blessed to have that because it's something my passion that leads me to always look for more. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So that's the records. And I've got a great trio with Tim Ray Trio. Tim Ray on piano, John Lockwood, and Mark Walker. We've done 3 records together. This is the 3rd one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, I mean, that's really interesting. You say, Road to Forever, and I was saying, you've been doing this for quite some time, and you said Road to Forever, and you're going to keep on doing it forever. So how do you find inspiration to keep on playing music, to keep on composing music, to keep writing music, and to keep going forever?
Well, I like to play chords on the piano and write with the piano, and I don't know. I just get a feeling. I can't explain where it comes from, but I just do it. It's an emotional thing of a feeling, and the chord changes. I mean, it's pretty complicated. The chord sounds or the chord changes lend a catalyst, if you will, or to be able to create a melody that fits on top of that palette, And then, of course, after the tune's written, then the jazz part is like you improvise, and that's like composing in the moment. There's nothing premeditated there. So that keeps another challenge always evolving in there, And depending who plays the tune, a different piano player, bass player, a different rhythm section, it gets to be a different, it takes on a different life, because it's a life with other human beings playing it. It's because everybody has a different passion and approach and sound and voice. So that keeps me going. And I play with a lot of different rhythm sections all over the place.
That's so neat.
It's cool.
I mean, and you really have. You've traveled all over, and you're continuing to go all over. And it's been so neat to kind of learn about and to follow your career over the years and over the decades.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about some of the fun experiences that you've had in the past and what you're kind of looking forward to.
Well, traveling, just like the unknown of traveling by myself and, getting off a train in England or wherever and just meeting a new group. And just the anticipation of a new, situation, that's a fun thing for me. And sometimes you get surprised in different ways, It could be not as good as you think, or it could be, sometimes if you think it's going to be good, it's not.
Yeah.
So I try to keep my mind open, not to project. I wonder if that really happens if you set your mind at something, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like if you think positive, sometimes it doesn't turn out that way, so it brings me doubts in that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of the same with music too. You keep your mind open to music.
Yeah.
Is that kind of?
Yeah, sometimes, playing jazz, you always try to be, you're always going to be honest, with yourself, and to play what you feel, but you have to be technically correct with the harmonic changes and everything. It's just not playing anything you want. So every tune is very, very stressful in a way, but it's not. It's enjoyable, but there's a lot of concentration that goes into playing jazz. So. But it's a high, it's the best thing that I've ever experienced, as a, if you want to look at being high, it's a true Zen high when you're playing.
That's so cool. That's a great way to describe it.
Cool.
That's a great way.
I like it.
All right, I'm going to have you play one of your songs for us, and then I'm going to pop back in.
Really?
Yeah, what would you like to play?
Well, I'm just going to play some, I'll just improvise.
You're just going to play something?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Because we can't have you be here and not play something for us,
Well, it's
right?
just like, you know, the horns like...
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your horn first, because
well,
this is beautiful.
Well,
I was just admiring it in the back.
Well, thank you.
I'm a big jazz fan, and so this is pretty exciting for me.
You told me you played for 2 years.
Yeah, for 2 years, a really long time ago. So tell us a little bit about your horn.
Every day's
a
beginning, but I mean, this is a Selmer Mark VI, a Selmer instrument, and it's from 1970. It was manufactured in Paris, and it was originally owned. Well, not originally. Well, this horn I purchased from my great friend and mentor Dick Johnson, who was the leader of the Artie Shaw Band, and he unfortunately passed away about 6 years ago. And the family sold this to me, and they were happy that I bought it, you know, to keep playing the horn. I've got another one, but it's not. It's the same kind of vintage, but it's an older horn, and it's really great. It feels good, you know.
It's neat.
I play tenor and baritone and soprano.
So you played the saxophones, flute, piano.
Well, I'm not a pianist, but I'm a.
But you can play it.
Yeah. Clarinet.
Clarinet.
Yeah.
You started that when you were young.
That's
correct?
right. Yeah, that's right. We did 9 years old, I think.
Very young.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you wail away for a little bit, and then I'll pop back in. We'll talk a little bit more, and then you're busy tonight, so we won't keep you too long.
Yeah, I wanted to mention this gig I have tomorrow night in Providence. Joe Potenza, he has a steady gig at Rosemarin at the Providence Hotel, and he brings in different artists, and it's quite a place. It's on Chestnut and Chestnut Street. I can't think of the cross street right now, but it's at 8:30, and I wanted to promote that show, and also
tomorrow night.
Yeah, I have an April 8th gig in it's in Tiverton at the Sandy Woods Arts Center, and that's on April 8th at 7:30.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So play for a little bit for us, and then we'll chat. Does it ever not get fun, or do you just have fun?
Well, it's fun playing. I always have fun.
Do you? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's great.
Is it fun to see people? I mean, I just think music is so fun, and it's so neat to be able to experience that. And as a musician, I would think it'd be neat to see people, but I don't know. I'm not talented enough to do that.
Oh well, you probably do other things that people
I don't know.
People happy.
I can do this.
Yeah, you do a great job. I mean,
Thank you.
You have a lot of insight into great questions and things.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, but I think that what I hear from people is that that music brings happiness to them, and like people come and sit and listen to me play wherever I'm playing, and I sometimes say, well, how can you listen to me for so long? I mean, how do you? There's a lot of music here, but I mean, it makes people feel good, so that's what it's good. So they feel good, I feel good.
That's neat. That's neat. And you actually you teach as well. Yeah. Do you need water?
No, I have it.
Okay.
Good. No.
Yeah. And you teach. You're teaching at Rick, right?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Rhode Island College. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Since 2000.
Wow. And so why do you do that?
Well, I mean, teaching. I mean, I do workshops all over the country too. I'm co-sponsored by an instrument company, Conselmer. But I just started to teach when I was younger too, with private students, and then I evolved into teaching like jazz composition and theory. And it's just, when you teach, you learn, so my playing has got a lot better. So that's a selfish reason, but I also liked to keep the art form alive. One of many players, many teachers in the world, they keep the art form of jazz, in the schools, and sometimes we'll do a workshop at an elementary school. I did in Cincinnati a couple weeks ago. It was a 5th grade class, and it was about 200 5th graders that came and sat down, and the quartet played, and they just went wild.
That's neat.
They just sat there, very nice. But I mean, college and universities, I was up in the University of Kentucky, and so it's a challenge to teach, because it puts you in a place where you have to deliver something, or else it's not real, so that's another challenge
and
to teach.
I was going to say, can you actually teach music, or can you teach jazz, or is part of it they just have to have that in them?
Well, it's good if you have the passion and the gift to play. Some people, you have to learn the techniques of jazz, but it doesn't teach you how to play jazz. Jazz is an evolution after years of improvising. Improvising is more of a mechanical thing where you say, okay, I know I can play this on this chord, and it's going to work good. But how many times can you do that without getting monotonous? Mm-hmm. So you have to always strive. See, playing jazz is like creating a melody in the moment, and then being able to, play it through your horn. So if you don't have technique to play what you hear, then it's not going to happen. Or if you have a lot of technique and you don't hear anything, then it's kind of not going to happen either. So you have to, and then people that have more of a gift, if you say it's more of a natural thing, but those people still have to learn the theory, I think, to make it really, to get better. You can't practice enough, it's like you could practice all day long and still, you have to just keep doing it.
Do you still practice?
Yeah.
Do you call it practice, or do you call it something else?
I look at practice, and sometimes when I have to practice a certain piece, like playing like a classical piece, it's like very intricate playing, or I'll work on a new tune, or I'll practice to try to play something that I'm not sure of, and just try to take chances. And I practice a lot when I play live. I'll take chances during my gigs.
Yeah.
And that's where you really come alive with getting better, it's a communication. It's really I can't explain where it comes from, but because I do it and it's just a natural thing. So trying to give you the words and say how it comes about, it's not easy to play, right? As you know, play an instrument, right?
I know, and I'm watching it, but you make it look easy. You make it look like it's just a natural thing that you do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure for you it's probably become natural, but for other people it's
an infinite thing, because if people that don't know, but like the amount of keys on the piano, right? I mean, it's like math. What can you do with 7 numbers? How many different formulas can you do with that? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like music too. The different notes you can use in a scale, you can put them in different orders. So it's like infinite choice, That's where the road to forever kind of comes in too. Like with life, you can, every day goes by and you keep looking at the future, like you aspire to do something, and that road never ends. Hope, I think even after we leave the planet, I think it still continues. That's how I think.
I like it.
You know what I mean? So we don't know where that forever is, where it's going to end up, and so we don't know. I don't think, no one's told me where they are.
No one has yet, anyway.
That's right.
And so this just came out. Where can people find you?
Well, on my website, gregabate.com, and and you can also get these the CDs. You can go to Amazon or CD Baby, or you can download them from iTunes. But it's good if you contact me, and you can, PayPal is good. You can just get them from me, and I can sign them if you're interested.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my website has, it's
all kinds of info. Yeah.
Yeah.
has all that info on it. And you actually were just introduced not too long ago. It was 2016, I believe, right, to the Rhode Island Music Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So congratulations.
Oh,
that wasn't
you.
too long ago.
No.
So we're in 2017.
Yeah.
So congratulations
Thank
with
you.
that. So it wouldn't be too bad to get one of those signed for you. And I just want to ask you, as you continue to release music and as you continue to make music and you continue to play these shows, because you are such a busy guy, really kind of how have you seen jazz evolve and change over time?
Well, real jazz. Well, I think the art form of jazz is still the same. Like just like classical music is like that's the bar there. You know what I mean? And then what happens with it is like maybe there's more different players, different composers, but you feed off the great players and the innovators. And I look at that as the real true thing. Like with other types of music and jazz, there's like fusion and there's funk jazz and there's smooth jazz, and I mean. It doesn't appeal to me because I find it restricting. I had a fusion band years ago, many years, and I used to write music, and it was different, and it was a little bit complicated to make it flow because it was so intricate. But I find that jazz, like playing standards and writing tunes in that vein, is like more of a flowing thing, and you can really burn with it. I think I'm just, my heart's into the real jazz. I call it real jazz rather than smooth jazz.
Your heart's into the real jazz.
Well, yeah, and like there's no, when you get on the bandstand, it's like the whole objective is the music. It's not an ego thing or, look at me or listen to me, this type of thing. Because if you think that, it's just the audience knows. I mean, I've lived that type of other way where you're really conscientious about what you're doing, and if you think too much about it, I'll give you an example. Right, thinking about playing a solo, and you're playing and you're wailing, and you think in your head, "Wow, that sounds really hip. It sounds great. Oh, I like this, right?" And then you finish your solo, and like no one really makes anything about it. And then there's other times where you're playing and you're just not anywhere in thought.
You're just doing it.
No thought at all, and you finish and people go wild. So that's something that's really interesting to me. How do they read that?
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's wild.
I don't know. I have to hear it from you.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much
Oh,
for joining
my pleasure.
us.
You're awesome.
Greg Abate, I appreciate your
Thank you.
time. Thank you so much. You can get to his album, Road to Forever. You can find it on his website. So he's out of here to Putnam, Connecticut, right?
Right.
You're going to play a show, and then you're going to be back in Providence tomorrow night at Hotel Providence.
Right, with Joe Potenza.
So if you want to check him out, you can do that. And then you're touring all over the place. I was looking at your schedule. You're all over. So if you want to see him touring anywhere, you can check out his website as well. And I'll put a link to that on our website. So thank you so much. Come back and join us anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you're in town. Yeah.
You're awesome. Thank you.
I'll email you and we'll get another date scheduled
All right.
so you can come play some more for us.
I'll do it.
Good. All right. Good to see you. Thank you so much.